Hello, hello, hello everyone, this is oMGimBaLing, back and ready to cast some more Starcraft 2 action for you on the map Shattered Temple. And here we are in the bottom position of the map Shattered Temple where we have the Terran player killerKoala. And on the far left hand corner position we have the Zerg player oMGimBaLing. Oh, oMGimBaLing. Ha! Okay, took me a minute, I was like oMGimBaLing. Are you crying? Like bawling like boo-hoo? But no, probably bawling is he's a sick nerd baller. And this sick nerd baller oMGimBaLing is going to scout the bottom position here with his Overlord first. And that SUV, ooh, that's cute. He's going to get right over there and he's going to know exactly where his opponent is. That's a nice little move there, actually. The extractor trick is going down. And I'm going to have the music on, I promise. And so I was promised this game would be very interesting. The replay I read said this would be a super interesting replay, so therefore I am really excited to hear it. I don't know what super interesting means, because super interesting is different to everybody else. So I don't know. As of 14 food, nothing going down yet for the oMGimBaLing. So I was assuming Ball is going to go for the 15 hatch, but that 15 hatch blocked by that engineering bay. Very cute play. However, is delaying the heck out of his barracks. He doesn't have a barracks anywhere on the field yet. So that's going to be a really interesting turn of events here. I don't actually know what Balling's doing, because as of the 240-minute mark, nothing going on. He might just be going command center first, and I think that's what he's going to do. Around 350 minerals, sending him down. Okay, I'm not completely crazy. Actually, great getting his down. Okay, classy. Gets the block on the hatch and then BMs. That's funny. But so the economic advantage lead is going to go to the Terran player. The pool has been immediately dropped. And Balling, not sounding like a baller right now, but that's okay. Oh, Koala, you slayed me. Okay, darling, I love you too. That's exactly how you should respond to BM. And 2 refineries just now about to pop for the Terran player, killerKoala. And he's going to be able to go into tech mode here shortly. He'll probably be dropping down that barracks. And there it is. Meanwhile, on the base of the Zerg, another extractor trick because he has supply blocked, so it seems. And speed not on the way, so that was shaking, so that threw me off. But really interesting. I'm kind of curious if he's going to go for 100 gas. Has been mined for the Terran player. We expect him to choose his tech probably as soon as this barracks gets finished. An engineering bay going up, so he's going to probably go for those quick upgrades. Is that what I'm thinking? Quick upgrades, or is that just a really ingenious wall? 100 gas has gone down for the Zerg player. Roach Warren is in production, so it looks like he just might go one base Roach. That's just going to one base Roach all in, apparently. He does have a substantial drone amount. We go to the unit counting station, actually 21 drones for the Zerg, 20 for the Terran. Terran hasn't really missed a beat with drones either, because to keep up with a Zerg who's constantly droning is not an easy task at all. Supply count is in the favor of the Zerg, 23 to 21. Not that it is too significant at this early in the game, but at the same time, never want to count anything out. Barracks is going down to the low ground, help form a little more of a choke here. That way Zerglian run-bys are not as strong. And a bunker are going to be going down, so the Terran playing super safe. 5 roaches are on production. And they're going to march right over here and try to do some damage. If this bunker gets up and a Marine gets in there, I wouldn't really worry too much about it. But as it stands, the roaches could do some damage. And they are out and headed that way. Only 5 of them, not 7 as you usually see. But you can't really blame him because he did get thrown off his game plan, it looked like. And 5 more roaches are on the way, so this could be a massive all-in here from the Terran player, or from the Zerg player, excuse me. That engineering bay is still blocking him, and that engineering bay provides enough vision to know, hey, he's not building a base here. Roaches are coming up here, finishing out their path, and 2 Mariners are on the way, or are on their way to the bunker. They are in there now. The 5 other roaches are streaming down here. A spore crawler going up in the main. Interesting, but especially since he has the scout here that he could send in. But better safe than sorry. Interesting. High-sec auto tracking. I think that's a building upgrade. Yeah. Oh no, I'm really dumb. It adds the range to each of the range attack structures, so the bunkers are going to be shoot a little farther. And I like that. But oh, the repair doesn't go down on this bunker, and the bunker does fall. 3 Marines in it are going to die. The planetary fortress of the natural. Yeah, planetary fortress of the natural is going to help out a lot, but there's a planetary fortress of the natural. That's an interesting decision at all. 5 more roaches are making their way down here. If the supply depot is going to fall, it looks probably like it. These 2 definitely are. As he marches in here, the 5 roaches are going to come in here and probably start working. And that last supply depot is falling. And the roaches are going to try to make the run by taking a lot of unnecessary damage. SCVs have been pulled. And they're just going to go down here in mine. Because they're rather safe than sorry, I guess. And the engineering bay up top going to be taking out Marines down constant stream. 1 more is out. You look at the units tab. 2 Marines to 12 roaches. I think this is actually probably game. Supplies as it stand 48 to 31 in favor of oMGimBaLing. But wow, really interesting game so far. Started off with an awesome block by killerKoala, and it might end in just total despair for Koala. The planetary fortress, however, doing work. 4 roaches really deep in the red. 3-2 now, really deep in the red. And I think Zerg might be overextending himself. He doesn't have a prayer of taking out that. You go back to the main of the Zerg player. No tech going on. Larry is about halfway done. And only 1 Marine out for the Zerg player, or for the Terran player. That'd be cheating, wouldn't it? And it looks like the Terran does want to go relocate over here at the natural 3rd. And these roaches are going to stream over here. Check that the rocks are still up. And which way are they going to go? And it looks like they might just fall back. I think that's a good idea. That planetary fortress is going to hold on. But has the damage been done? Supplies stand 35 to 30, so the Terran player has evened it back up. And the Zerg finally taking a second base all the way up here in the top natural position. Roaches probably will come over here, deal with this engineering bay, take another base, take a second, take his natural, and the engineering bay and the starport has landed on the reactor, or on the tech lab rather. Wow, I'm all over my words today. And the Corvid reactor has been started, which will increase the starting energy of Ravens by 25, and as well as a Viking is on the way. Interesting decision making here by the Terran player killerKoala, getting those upgrades for units he's not producing. But who knows what his plan is going to be here. Could have something up his sleeve. I think it's a bad idea to be going this. He just really needs to be working on rebuilding his economy right now. Sure, he's dropping those mules and things like that, but he is neglecting to do so. The Spire is about 80% of the way done here. It will be done here shortly in about 20 in-game seconds. And a 3rd is now going down at the natural of oMGimBaLing, so he will have 3 bases to his opponent's 1 and a 5th. Pretty ravaging attack there, though, from the Terran against the Terran. Really far behind now. 3rd command center is on the way, and that will hopefully equalize him a little bit. Look at the income. Terran player is actually ahead in income because he's ahead in workers, because the Zerg hasn't made any workers yet since that initial attack. He's still on about 1 full saturated base, not quite completely saturated. 2 or 3 workers short. This Marine doing an awesome job patrolling all around the base. Not the most effective. I'd like to see him bring a couple other Mariners over here. But, okay, so 3 more starports, as you can see right there, being dropped down. Not in time, though, for these mutas as they turn around. They're going to get picked up by this Viking, but the Vikings are not very good against the mutas, and the mutas pick them off. Turrets going up all around the base, and remember, those have the high-sec auto-tracking, and that'll be really hard for those good mutas. But look how far those reach. Mutas, pretty good, man, but not against high-sec auto-tracking turrets. The 3 bases are now up for the Zerg player. Still more engineering upgrades going down here. The Terran building armor, which makes those Terran buildings 25% stronger. As you can see there, 25% stronger. It increases their armor by 2. I don't know where I just made that up. Nope, it was right, really. Um, 3 more turrets going up here in the bases of the Terran player, and he's just really trying to be safe from mutas. Don't want to lose anything in mutas. Drone transfer is underway. Really interesting game, really interesting build orders chosen by both of these players. Zerg tried to go for the quick 15 hatch, got blocked. Heavy roach, 15 roaches did rush down here. And then the Terran, kind of all over the place with this tech pattern, really. Now starting to get the Seeker Missile upgrade and 4 Ravens. So that makes sense as to where that Raven upgrade came from earlier. Awesome idea now that I'm starting to think about it. Hopefully it just does a great job against the Zerg, who will be lacking anti-air and won't be able to take those Ravens out. There is 2 spores up in the main, and a Hydralisk did just finished, however. So this will be quite interesting to see how these Ravens play into the fray. 2 bases are completely up and running here for the Zerg. A third is actually up at his natural, but not really being mined out of. 7 more roaches on the way. I don't know what the Zerg's planning on doing. Does the Zerg have any idea about all these starports? He does not. At most, he knows about 2 of them. But the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, or the 3rd and 4th, I'm sorry, he has no idea. So a couple more barracks are going down now, and a Nidus network has been dropped by the Zerg player. I bet you anything he's just going to try to Nidus right into the main, right over here. Easy peasy. That tower wouldn't be able to see it, and he would just be able to streamline roaches right into here. Take out the main of the Terran player. Alright, back in the Terran's base. Those 4 Ravens are about to pop here shortly, and he is adding on more barracks. In a very SimCity-like position, trying to wall off entirely. That way the Zerg cannot do any crazy Ling run-bys. I would have liked to have seen him incorporate the ramp into this, however. That way the Lings can't just swoop right into here. 4 Ravens have just popped up, brings them up to a total of 10. They say if there's one good unit, just make it a bunch. And that seems to be what killerKoala's game plan is here. If we look at the supplies, however, 113 for oMGimBaLing to the 85 of killerKoala. Hydras are just now popping out, and they will join with the Mutalisks. You look at the unit tab, 19 roaches, 3 Mutalisks. All these turrets are going down all over the place. And that's going to prevent any crazy Nidusing. And wow, they all loaded up into that and are getting right back out. Probably not the best idea, considering that the Nidus network isn't going to be very well placed. It looks like he's going to try swinging this Overlord around. 2 bases still are completely saturated with the 3rd hatch, which has essentially been a macro hatch this far. Terran player is adding on another starport with the tech lab. Going to bring him up to 5. Look at all those Ravens. 3 more on the way. And that one will bring him up. Oh, look at this. The Nidus Worm has gone down. Playing with it inside of killerKoala. If he looked at his minimap, he should just straight up see it. Or will he? That is the question. He'll at least hear the noise pop. And here is going to come all the roaches out into the main. That's not good at all. But the Ravens, let's see if they play the role they should. Okay, first point defense turn does go down, auto turret does go down. 100 Seeker Missile, ba-boom, baby! Oh man, 200 Seeker Missiles. Is he going to get a 3rd down? He's going to throw down some auto turrets. 1 auto turret, 2 auto turrets, 3 auto turrets are going to go down, and that probably will mark the end of that aggression. Oh, it doesn't look like he's going to swing back in here. Auto turrets going down. He's going to try to create a ring of them, it looks like. And auto turrets going down everywhere, and this is just not going to be a good point of engagement for the Zerg player oMGimBaLing. But all these auto turrets are getting cleaned up quite quickly by the sheer amount of roaches, and they are kind of doing quick work to the main. He should have stuck to the high-tech auto tracking, or the Seeker Missiles, excuse me, and they're just going off. And but the auto turrets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now down. Hydra's on the way, got to deal with those Ravens somehow. And I think this entire roach force could die to all these auto turrets. I mean, look, there's auto turrets all the way up here. And he is attacking units that are free with units that cost money. I don't know if that's the best idea. Started here with a lot more food than the Terran, and while he has been macroing well, the Terran has almost equalized the food count, 94 to 95. And look at all these auto turrets that are flopping down. Wow. And this Nidus network is going to die. But as soon as I say that, more units pop. 15 mutas, or 3 mutas, 15 hydras, and a few queens there to the 5 marines and 13 ravens with Terran. And here come the ravens. He's going to go for that kill the workers with the auto turret achievement. It looks like one raven does fall unnecessarily, however. And looks like these hydras are going to attack here. Very unorthodox play here from the Terran player, killerKoala, going heavy with those ravens. Ravens are good late game TVT, and I've never seen them used in this way in TVZ, so very intuitive play there. A 4th command center is up over here on the natural 3rd, and it looks like he's going to swing right over and take a 3rd, or take a 4th somewhere. Doesn't look like he's quite decided yet. Gonna load up all those SCVs. Hasn't taken down these rocks yet, and I find that really interesting that he's got this base mining just off of that command center. 13 roaches about to pop. 4 more ravens are on the way, as well as attack level and extra barracks. And all these auto turrets are going to meet their end. A Hellion production now started for the Terran player, and he's going to have to do that to combat. Actually, I disagree with Hellions here entirely. I was trying to make it sound positive. I don't think Hellions is a good switch if he does decide to completely switch. It might just be a scouting Hellion too. And if you look at this, now up to 3 completely saturated bases here for these Zerg players. Zerg's income has to be looking pretty good. 1,400 compared to the 1,200 of the Terran. If the Terran were dropping mules, his economy would be out the wazoo. But with all these command centers having all this energy, with all these orbital commands having all this energy, it doesn't look like he's actually going to be catching up or pulling ahead in terms of economy. There go the mules. As soon as I say that, it's almost like he can read my mind and be prepared to see that income of the Terran plane skyrocket, and it does. Alright, huge Roach Hydra ball pushing out here. Roach Hydra, very interesting composition against Terran, but with the heavy ravens, can't blame them. All these barracks sitting idle while the Terran has 5,000 minerals. Pretty poor macro here from the Terran player. And will it get punished by the Zerg? That's the question to ask. Zerg has no idea about the base, but the other bases. And he's going to come right in here. He's got a 40 supply food lead. 166 to 124. The 2 Marines defending the expansion die. Looks like there's just the planetary fortress here to defend. And all the SCVs are on auto repair, repairing themselves. That's not very good. Is there going to be enough focus fire on this command center to make it fall? I don't think so, folks. And here come the Ravens. Uh-oh, Hydras are doing some work. The Seeker missile did go off in big force. Auto turrets now going down. A couple other more Seeker missiles would destroy this army. Roaches and Hydras streaming in here. Supply still leads for oMGimBaLing. A dangerous composition for the Terran to engage in, since he has only these Ravens and only a bunch of Hydras. The Hydras could eat up those Ravens if the turrets aren't dropped, but there's turrets all over the place. And supply is starting to drop for oMGimBaLing, just now a 20 supply lead. Now a 10 supply lead because another Seeker missile. Look at that, the PDDs are going to stop these Hydras. And this could be the game, folks. Not a whole lot else on the production tab except 10 more Roaches are popping out back here at the Zerg's base. Will they be rallied down? It looks like a couple of them are streaming down indeed. And it looks like the last of these Roaches will fall with not too much damage to the infrastructure or to the base or to the workers of the Zerg player, or to the Terran player. And all the Roaches are going to fall back here. These Ravens pose and look like they want to come in. Does the Zerg see this counterattack? He does now. And 4 auto turrets on the way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's at the 10 auto turrets on the field. 3 more Ravens are about to pop, mind you. And with these 23 Ravens on the field, I think he can make short work of the Zerg main. +1 attack is on the way for the Zerg. But I think it's a little too late. Now look at all these auto turrets, folks. Look at all of them. 8, 16, 19 of them. I missed some. It's going to be destroying the Zerg main. We're going to turn this off for a minute just so we can look at how this picture looks. This looks like something you see on the back of the game box. Going to lose a Raven unnecessarily to a couple of spine crawlers here. But look at this. The auto turret's just going to town. The Nidus network is going to be taken out. And possibly the lair. All these Roaches are going to get picked off on exit. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 Roaches getting picked off as they leave. The lair is now under siege as well. And if you look here, the Hydras are kind of having their field day while the Roaches have decided to start attacking the auto turrets down here. Look at all this. This is still madness, I tell you, madness. Terran has decided to take the base with all of his expansions. Not a whole lot the Zerg player can do here. 85 supply for the Zerg to 106 of the Terran. I think this is going to be game because the Zerg can't even hope to engage the Terran in this manner. Very unorthodox play is going to pay off for the Terran players, so it would seem. When you have all those Ravens, I don't even know. That's craziness. And oMGimBaLing leads the game. No GG. Wow. Very unorthodox, very different, very, just an example of a guy who said, you know, what unit do I like? Ravens are cool. I'm going to make Ravens. And that's all I'm going to make. And I'm actually really happy he did that because it shows that you can win at this game by just doing whatever you want. Just make more of it than someone else. And you can win and have fun in this game. I bet you killerKoala had a great time playing this game. And that's awesome. It doesn't have to be standard to be good. So I hope you like that replay. Really unorthodox. A longer unorthodox replay. My voice is getting a little sore because I've casted 4 or 5 games today. Keep telling myself I'm going to stop. But as usual, guys, you know the drill by now. If you like the replay, please thumbs up it and tell me what you liked about it in the comment box. If you hated it, tell me that too. Post it in the comment box. Tell me why you hated it. Thumbs down the video. This is the only way I learn. And as well, I'll put the post on Reddit just so I can get my name out there. Subscribe to the channel if you like my work. Been kind of doing some weirder stuff lately. Been pretty busy. But I really hope you all like it. It's my goal to be doing at least 1 or 2 of these a day during the school year when I'm not on spring break. So I really hope you guys look forward to that content. Yeah, alright. Well, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go watch some more MLG. And I hope you all have a fantastic afternoon.